What is going on, Cupbangers? Today's a beautiful day in LA. I'm Alejandro, and let's talk about cars. Yo, hit it, Pedro! Oh, in today's show, people, we're gonna talk about that wonderful 991.2 GT3. And why are we talking about it? Because everyone is going batshit crazy over it because it appeared to be a manual car. So do I think it's gonna be a manual car? 100%. But do you guys think it's going to be a naturally aspirated car? Because I might have a different story. Over the weekend, a lot of evidence came out and a lot of pictures came out of the new GT3 that Porsche will be coming out with when they refresh the 991, right? With the 991.2. So when Porsche does that, they're going to offer a manual transmission. At least that's what it seems like until today on their GT3 car, on the new one. So is this good news? Yes and no. So number one, a lot of people are really hoping that the car is going to be a naturally aspirated manual car. Let me just tell you, I don't think that's going to be the case. And the reason why I don't think it's going to be the case, it's actually simple. Number one, the last GT3 was an automatic naturally aspirated engine. What are they going to do? They're going to put the same amount of horsepower than in the RS? That would then kill the RS market along with the GT3, the old one, market, because people would rather have the manual with the more power. It would also not benefit the 4.0, and it would also not benefit the 911R. So what does that mean? For all those purists, for all those people that care about what Porsche does and have followed through everything, do you guys think Porsche is just going to turn around and be like, guys, we've done great so far, but now, aha! And then you get the naturally aspirated manual transmission GT3 out of nowhere. Or do you think that based on the past, we're going to get just a manual turbo GT3 for the first time? Which I personally think that's going to be the case. Let me tell you why. Because in the 911 range, Porsche already went turbo with their cars. Just in the regular ones, all of the 911s, the 991.2s are turbocharged. Or right? For the most part, I want to say that they are. So why on earth would Porsche go, you know what? It's a GT3. We're not going to go with a turbo. We're going to put a 4.2 liter engine in there. I don't think that's going to be the case simply because Porsche is not putting bigger engines in their cars. At least not anymore. They're going with the smaller ones just like everyone else. That's why, to me, it's so hard to believe that the GT3 is going to be a naturally aspirated manual car. And obviously, to add to that point, if you make that car a naturally aspirated manual with a 4.0 liter engine, even a 3.8 with the same amount of horsepower as the other ones, people are going to jump ship and say, well, number one, fuck you for what you did to the value of my car, to Porsche, which I doubt Porsche wants to do. And the last point why they're not going to put a naturally aspirated engine on that car is because that would destroy the value of all the cars that I mentioned. The GT3, the new one, gone, because who would want that car instead of the newer with the manual transmission, right? The 911R, because it's basically that except a little bit lighter. So now you're making just a glorified special edition if that's the case. The 4.0, the engines are going to be too similar, and I'm sure the new car is going to be quicker if the horsepower gets amped up and all that stuff. And finally, the GT3 RS, the new ones. If you guys go online right now, I think there's an actual fear that this is going to be the case, that the car is going to come out with a manual and a naturally aspirated engine, because there's a GT3 RS in purple, like Purple Haze, the one I had, that is selling for almost sticker with no miles. So, Cupbangers, what do you think out of this madness we're going to get? Me personally, I think that Porsche is going to do the right thing. They're going to do a manual turbo GT3 now. That's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm really curious about it. I know that some of you guys have some inside access to a secret or two from Porsche. So please let me know in the comments down below if that's the case. I'm Alejandro, and I do not approve this message. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care.